everybody. Today I'm outside my little dog here, Otis, and I decided to make a video on my car here. It's mainly addressed to my Australian friends. This model is it's a Toyota, but it's not sold in Australia. This car was designed and built only for the North American market, so it's sold in the U.S. and Canada. It's a Toyota Venza. This happens to be a 22 model. I've had it about almost coming up on 4 years. It's a hybrid. I'd like to just show some of the things about it, some of its features. Some people, really don't like hybrids. I didn't either, but now I've had this one. It's been an all right car to me, and I'd like to just show you some of the things about it. And the main purpose is just I'm trying to make more videos and maybe get a little better at it. So bear with me if I make any mistakes, and hope you enjoy something about this. Let me open the bonnet here. I'd like to show you what's under the hood first, on the bonnet first. Oh, there's Otis. I got to keep my eyes on him. He has a tendency to want to walk towards the street. I'll go around. Some of you, maybe are, like I said, it's dressed for many of my Australian audience. I've never seen a desert community like here in the United States, Southwest United States. I live in Arizona. I have a little park across the street, but it's my typical Arizona landscape. Is a few, not desert-friendly plants and rocks. That's by far the norm around here. It costs far too much to keep grass. Now the development does keep some grass in this little park across the street. That's actually made for flood retention, is why it's shaped like a bowl. But we haven't seen water in it for, been several years now. The actual rainfall total for my town here in Buckeye, Arizona, for the total year has been only 16 millimeters. Been another really dry year. Last year we only had 28 millimeters for the entire year, and it looks like this year's not going to be much different. But anyway, enough with that. Here's on with the Venza. I said under the hood, this is a 2.5 liter petrol engine, made it to a hybrid system. The orange cabling you see here is because that's part of the hybrid. It's 242 volts. So they wrap it in orange just to keep you, we don't want to be messing around that too much. I don't mess around here anyway. But kind of the unique thing about this to most cars is this being a hybrid, it doesn't have a lot of the typical stuff under the hood of a normal car. There's no starter, no alternator. On the front of the engine over here, you can't really see down in there, but you turn on my torch here. There's actually there's no belt to be seen. There is no belt. Again, all that stuff is taken care of by the hybrid system. Everything electrically driven. The water pump, the AC compressor, power steering, all that is electrically driven. In fact, here not long ago, I got stopped on the freeway because of an accident. And of course, it's always hot. We were stopped for about an hour in about 45-degree heat. And through that whole time, my engine never has to run. A lot of cars around me were overheating because they're idling and couldn't get enough air. This car, the engine's off, and it's just running off the battery. I'm staying cool as a cucumber inside, so that was all that mattered. Since the compressor's electric, as long as my hybrid battery's up, which it would take a lot for the compressor to drag it down, it just stays nice and cool in there. The car itself, like I said, it's it's a unique style, I think. This model is only built from year 21 through 24. Then Toyota replaced this car with a new model called the Crown Signia. This car was built hybrid only. It is sold in Japan also, but over there it's sold as a Harrier. And you can buy a Harrier over there is non-hybrid. So they were only hybrid and called the Venza here in the United States and Canada. it's a good car. Mine has been very good. Uh, I have about 73,000 kilometers on it now. It's caused absolutely no problems. So I guess that's about all you can ask out of a car. It is all-wheel drive, but there's no physical connection between the front to the back axle. The back also has its own electric motor in the back, electrically driven. So there's no connection. It doesn't have to have a drive shaft through the middle of the car. The rear of the car is kind of unique. I kind of like that. It has a tail light across the whole back of the car. It looks pretty nice at night. It's kind of unique. Of course, I can't see it. Of course, I'm driving it, but it is kind of unique. It's like I said, it's the one thing I don't care for the car is it has the turn signals way down low there, where you see that clear lens just above the tailpipe. I don't like that design, you know, but well, it is what it is. And the rear cargo space of this car is not all that good because of the slanty back. Let me open the deck lid here. It's basically the same chassis as a RAV4, which of course you have those in Australia, but the way the back slants down, it takes away from the cargo space back here. It's not very deep, you know, from top to bottom, so you really can't put a whole lot of stuff in there. You know, that's just one of the downfalls to it. Yeah, and the kind of ironic thing I see about this car is everyone I've ever seen is driven by, ironically, another old person, just like me. Apparently there are cars that appeal just to us seasoned citizens. My plate that I have there, I used to have a plate, an official Arizona personalized plate that said, "How you going?" Well, some mongrel stole the darn thing from a parking lot at the supermarket, and of course I had to cancel that number. I do have one other plate I had on the front, but the state says since it was canceled, I wasn't allowed to keep that plate. It was kind of depressing to me, but you know, well, you can't control everybody. You know, it's again, it's what this paint is what they call blizzard pearl. It's sort of a metallic white color. You notice that the back bumper doesn't match the paint. Some guy ran into us on the freeway a couple of years ago, and the darn panel beaters said they couldn't match the paint any better than that. You know, I didn't think they did a very good job. But again, you know, what can I do about stuff? You can't do what you can't. Everything can't be perfect, but it is a good car. I said it's never caused any problems. It's never left me sitting anywhere. It's a very economical car to own. On average, like this tank on the inside, I believe it has a 50-liter gas tank, fuel tank, petrol tank, excuse me. I try to do everything correctly here. And right now I'm a little under half, and it's averaging so far about 5.1 liters per 100 kilometers, which that's pretty good for a car this size. And you hear we're always in air conditioning season. It's always hot. And I said inside it's pretty comfortable, pretty easy for you know people of age to get in and out of. So that's one, I guess old people owe them. I'll take you inside here just before we end this video here and just show you what's going on. In here, and I'll turn it on here. You notice that the cluster, it has, there's a fuel gauge, and then the centering just showing me the door's open and the hood's open. I have no tacho. It's got just a power meter that shows your condition of whether you're using power. Right now the needle pointing at 9 o'clock. If the needle goes down, you see that's a charge section. That's how you can use the regeneration instead of the brakes. This car here, I can coming from a trip an hour clear across town. When I get home, I can reach right down and grab hold of the brake rotors, and they're not even hot because it uses the motors instead of the brakes. So I guess that'll save you in brakes in the long run. But and of course, not having a starter, an alternator, or anything else. Yeah, see it. Yeah, there's averaging 5.2 liters per 100, and even at even at less than half of a 50-liter tank, I still have a range of 333 kilometers. It'll average 900, 950 kilometers on a tank, which is pretty close to the 50 liters. So like I said, it is a cheap car. It's pretty roomy. It has some nice features, but you know, it's no Cadillac. But you know, it's been a good car to me. Again, I just wanted to show it off, you know, and show you guys what it's like, and try to make more videos so maybe I get better at them. Make sure I didn't lose my little dog here. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he has a tendency to wander off. I have to keep my eyes on him. But anyway, folks, I appreciate you watching. Hope I didn't bore you too much. Again, it's a car that you guys don't see. It might interest somebody just a little bit. But you know, it is what it is. Again, thanks a lot, folks. I'll talk to you later. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.